So from here we can see the two parts of Codorniu as a winery. Here in the side we can see the old one. This was built by Puig Cadafalch, the same architect at the reception. And here we have the old pressing and the old fermentation room. But these two buildings in the 50s were too small. So they built the new production area, the one we can see on the other side. With the new fermentation room, that big building with an R on the top, and the new pressing area, the green buildings here. This new production area, it was designed by Luis Bonet i Garib. He was the architect who assumed the direction of the Sagrada Familia when Antoni Gaudí died. And also all this garden was one of his designs too. And he tried to respect the aesthetic that Puig Cadafalch has studied years before. For example, with the trencadís method. Trencadís, this type of mosaic that in the Sagrada Familia or in the Parc Güell, they use the pieces of broken tiles. Here, they use the pieces of broken bottles. A funny way to recycle. And to build the new pressing room, these green buildings, he took the inspiration from the Montserrat mountains. The shape of the mountain and the color as well. It's called La Montaña Mágica here in Catalonia because it depends on the weather, it appears and disappears. Today, as we are lucky people, the mountain is right there watching us. In all this part now, we can see it very quiet and very calm because it's not the harvest time. Of course, if you come during the harvest at the end of summer, you will see how the tractors come here to bring us the grapes. So I think that all that we are here, we know about the process of cava making. Yes, we are familiar about the second fermentation. Well, here in Codorniu, we work with 5 grape varieties, like our favorite grape varieties for making our cavas. 3 other local ones, Macabeu, Xarel·lo, Parellada, Mediterranean, and traditional varieties for making cava. And then we also use 2 French varieties, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Actually, here in Codorniu, we were the first winery who introduced the Chardonnay variety for making cava. Of course, I'm not talking about champagne, of course, but cava. It was on 1984, and all the winemakers here call us crazy for that. Oh, this is a huge mistake, cava only with the local varieties. Here we always try to do new things. We made the bottle of cava with a 75% of Chardonnay. Yeah, tell me. 1984. 1984, yeah. And we made the bottle named Anna de Codorniu as a tribute to the last person with the family name. It's the super seller cava in whole Spain. So we were not that crazy at all to introduce the Chardonnay variety for making cava, right? But sometimes success is the best range. So during the harvest, they bring us the grapes of all the states. We have about 3,000 hectares of our own vineyards. And then of course we also work with different farmers that they bring us the grapes, but we are the ones who control the grapes in the vineyard, so we can control all the process, from the picking of the grapes to the last part of the label of the bottle. They bring us the grapes separately, we do the pressing, and we turn this grape juice into wine in stainless steel vats that are located in the new fermentation room. And then we start with the coupage, we start with the blendings, choosing what type of cava we want to make each time of the year and each time of the different ranges of Codorniu. We have the Anna range, but we also have the Ars Collecta, the Classico, the Extra. And to explain this second fermentation, we are going to a more appropriate setting. We are going downstairs to see how big is this place, the cellars, the cavas. For making cava, as you know, we need the second fermentation, and in the past, all with bubbles here was called champagne. If you look at the old advertising in the shop at Codorniu, you will see Champagne Codorniu. Till Spain joins into the European Union, and the French people say that's enough. You better look for a name. And here, what we decide is to take the place where we make cava, La Cava, it's a cave in Catalan, and we change the gender of the word. La Cava, Al Cava. Easy, right? And this is why sparkling wine is called cava and not champagne anymore. So now we are going downstairs, okay? And we are gonna pass in front of this building that I told you that it was the old pressing and fermentation room. Nowadays, we are using it for so many type of events. For example, cinema sessions, weddings, gala dinners, Pilates and yoga sessions, whatever you can imagine. If you can imagine all this venue, like with some candles, decoration, music, it's very beautiful to see. It has a capacity for more than 1,000 people in a gala dinner. And the acoustic inside, due to the parabolical arches, just like in the Cathedral of Cava, it's also the perfect one for making this type of events. And this building, it was built here to take advantage of the gravity. because here on the top of the building we have the old pressing room with 4 type hydraulical presses machines. So when they were pressing the grapes, because of the gravity, the grapes slowly went down by some pipes, and downstairs they fill the wooden barrels where they make the first fermentation in the past. So it wasn't necessary to go upstairs and downstairs with the empty or filled wooden barrels. And if you look at the new part, it's built the same. This pressing room on the top, and then the fermentation room downstairs to take advantage to the gravity. So let's continue. Yeah, let's go.